Yeah, this is an Evinrude. This is an Evinrude 4404, 5.4 horsepower engine. Just wanted to show what the impeller looked like. The impeller down here is made out of steel. It's kind of interesting, and it's got some gizmo here on this one side, blades on the impeller, and I'm not sure if it's got one on the other side. I think this is a two-stage pump, not really sure, but it's got a metal impeller. This is where the seal goes. That's why this is worn down. The Evinrude 4404 was built in 46 to 48 according to the web. And I've got the over here I've got Flywheel off. Been playing around with. That's with the Flywheel. Flywheel actually came off pretty easy. And this guy here has got 4 cylinders. And on this unit I've got here, there's 2 coils. On mine, one of them is screwed up, one's dead, one works. On mine here, this coil here right now presently works. This one over here is dead for some reason. And I haven't fooled around with it that much, but I pulled the Flywheel off earlier. This is a 4-cylinder, and it's got the spark plug holes are here. 1, 2, and the other 2 are over here. So it's a 4-cylinder, 5.4 horsepower engine. There's a gas tank. I've got it off. Carburetor. This is a pretty as-is Goober engine I bought off eBay. That's got good compression, it seems like, but it's a junker in the sense that it's project. I've got a Harbor Freight spark tester here I put on, and you can hook this up to one of the wires and turn over the shaft. 2 will spark, 2 won't. Anyways, this is a 4404. Serial number is 71,000 and some change, and I've got the propeller and everything off here. And this is kind of a big project. This is kind of weird. This has been broken here on the weld. Not sure what's up with that. But mine, these bolts on here are phosphor bronze. You get those suckers off. I've had to bomb them with Croyle and use a really big screwdriver and kind of wait a week or 2, and finally they came off, but it was kind of a struggle to get those off of there. The lower unit, yeah, I got a lot of junk here. Here's what the lower unit looks like. Seal's probably been leaking. This is why this is so goofed up here. This goes on, I guess it goes on like that. Shaft goes down inside there. I don't know if you can get some light to look down in there or not. There's the lower unit. See if I can turn that around. Maybe not. Anyways, there's the steel impeller. Kind of interesting. That's the first time I've ever seen a steel impeller on a outboard. It's common on a, you know, like a car, like a Mustang or Chevy or something, old 6-cylinder. No, the water pumps, they got a internal, a lot of times just a feature on there, but that's what it is there. This is all dirty. Obviously this is not a show outboard. There's the cover that goes on. This is not the cleanest work area I've got here. There's the pull starter. Carburetor on this looks like that's going to be a real project on here, but you have to take this whole thing apart. Spark plugs on here are 8J8s Champions. Started to take these bolts off, but you don't really have to do that. This takes this housing in the back off. These, you use a big screwdriver to get in here like this. Back in here to get this off. It's got a special thread on there. This is the exhaust cover. And nothing much on there. For some reason I thought this was a two-stage. I might be wrong. Somebody else can chime in here. You can sure see the wear on this seal. There's a water tube. This has probably been leaking here a good bit. But I thought somebody told me that this was a two-stage impeller. But I haven't taken this off yet. Unless there's another piece on the other side. Well, that's a project in itself here. There's the magnets. It's weird, when I undid this, you just had to undo this thing and it came right off. I put some coil on there, but it's almost like it's designed on this thing, so you undo it and then it automatically, it might have a deal where I think it automatically pushes it off. I was kind of surprised. I didn't use a puller. I just turned this thing around over and over again and it pushed it off. So it might have a magical gizmo in here, but I think it has a nut in there that turns, because all I did was turn this around. I didn't have to pry it, and by turning that around it popped it right off. But I didn't have to do like these other videos. So this might be some trick deal in here, that you rotate this around, and since the nut's captive, it just pushes this off on the taper here. That's all I can figure. So you might be buying another set of another coil on eBay. There's the cam, you can see, and the points are here. So I've taken this thing and turned it around, spun it with an electric motor from the other end. You can watch it spark or not spark. This is off here. I'm not sure if that's after I tested it before, but these are funky coils. They're pretty big. These are about 1.5 inches in diameter and about, probably just eyeballing it, maybe 4 inches long. Look like a F cell in an old lantern battery. But this is a 46 to a 47 Evinrude. 46 to 48 this was made. And a 4-cylinder, 5.4 horsepower. I bought this off eBay from somebody, and then they had 2 of them. And was going to buy the second one to combine it because this was an as-is junker, and then boom, he took the other one off. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do here, but this thing really almost needs to be taken down to a car wash and blasted off or something. There's the funky, what do you call it, the water pump impeller, which is metal. Here's the phosphor bronze screws. Those were a devil to get off. I didn't want to bust them, so it's one of these things. Those go on the lower unit foot here. This right here, these phosphor bronze screws. In fact, there's one, there's two, and the third one is laying around here somewhere. It's one idea to do is stick these things back in before I lose them. The third one is lurking here, but sometimes good just to put those screws with the stuff so you don't lose them. Those screws there, I was kind of scared. First I thought they were aluminum, but looks like they're phosphor bronze. And I was kind of scared about putting too much torque on them. Now, those two there in the back, these you can get at a through hole, so you can get in there and put some coil or something, PB nut blaster, to get it off. This guy's a blind hole. This was the booger bear to get out. You can feed some through the top and hope it gets to the threads, but I just had to let that sit for a while to try to get that thing off there. It was kind of a mess. Anyways, that's the 5.4 horsepower project motor that really is more than a project right now than a motor. A 4404 4-cylinder 5.4 horsepower 2-cycle Evinrude, built from 47 to 46 to 48, I think is what they say on the web. This is a total strange motor, to say the least, and that's one of the reasons I bought it, to be blunt. I figured this is just a weird thing to goof around with, and so I just wanted to shoot a video here because I was bored. One of my coils is dead, as I mentioned earlier. Looks like it's got conventional wire like on a car. These things are totally goofy, so looks like they come off real easy. But I'm gonna play around with those for a while. And that's about it.